All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is how I plan to use to fund my entire vacation when I go out of the country next year. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. What is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I be. Good Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. You should already know that this one is poised to be an instant classic in the making. Let's go through all the fluff. Let's get to it. All my good stuff listed in the link in the description area below. I do not know how you found this channel. I am glad that you did. But every now and again, if you know me, you really know me. I am what most people would call a stock market nerd. Aside from traveling and having fun and shit like that, I like the stock market, right? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I know everything about options trading, swing trading, and stuff like that. No, I just like stocks. I just like investing. And I found one particular stock that I don't hear a lot of people talking about that I plan to use to fund my entire vacation next year, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen with you guys real quick, and you're gonna see exactly what stock that is. Just give me a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that you guys can see my screen now, but if you cannot, give it a minute to load up. Ladies and gentlemen, the stock that I plan to use to fund my entire vacation next year is none other than the FANG Innovation Equity Premium ETF, otherwise known as FEPI. I believe this particular stock, as it says in the name, covers the FANG stocks. It's kind of like a covered called ETF that kind of does all the work for me, and all I do is collect the dividends. Yes, if I was good at swing tradings and calls and things of that nature, guess what? I would probably make 1,000,000 times more money than I'm doing with utilizing the stock. But if they're going to do all the work for me, ladies and gentlemen, why not? So what I want you to do real quick is grab you a pen and paper so that you can get some information. All right. So this is going to be a little bit more interactive. I'm not giving you my numbers. I'm going to give you the numbers that are going to get you to my numbers so that you can know exactly what I have invested and roughly about how much I've made and about how much I've lost since I've been invested in this particular stock. All right. So FANG Innovation Equity Premium Income ETF, otherwise known as FEPI, currently stands at about a value of, I think it's 52 right there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't see it, I'm sorry, 52.20. Okay. When I got into FEPI, I got in at 54.40, 54.4. And I currently hold 200 shares of this particular stock. So if you do $54.46 times 200, that will tell you what my buying power or my buying price was at that time. Okay. And if you subtract 54.40 from 52.20 at the current recording of this video, it will tell you basically how much I've lost per share. Multiply that by 200 and you'll know exactly what my losses have been so far. So a lot of people will be like, Doc, man, this stock is risky as hell. Why would you even risk it? What are you doing to play your cards right? Glad you asked. All right. So let's go to what I would like to call, we're here on the NASDAQ.com site, their dividend history. Okay. This is where things start to get hella interesting. Okay. Because the dividend yield on this particular stock is the reason why I'm going to call it one of the riskiest plays that I've ever played in my entire life. I'm just waiting for this thing to get itself together. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the dividend yield of this particular stock, I don't know if you can see it, but that is 25.26% dividend yield. What in the ish am I thinking investing my money in something that has a 25.26 dividend yield? That is one of the highest dividend yields probably in the market today. There's probably higher, I am sure, but I'm playing it a certain way that I believe will overall increase my profits, my realized, unrealized gains over a period of time. Okay. So I got in roughly about 6 months ago in this particular stock. So if you go back from 6 months, we'll say the month is December, but this one, the last dividend they gave out was the 11th, which was November. So we'll go back roughly, I think about July. Excuse me. I've been in this stock roughly since about June or July of this time. And every single month, roughly about the end of the month, I have received $1 minimum per share that I own. Okay. So if you say that I've received a minimum, you can go through this chart if you want to and actually do the real numbers. But if I've received $1 every single, if I've received $1 per share for every single share that I've owned for the entire 6 months, you go ahead and do the math on that. That's about what, $200 a month over a period of 6 months up to this time. Okay. So you can pretty much do the math on about how much money I've earned. And if you did your math right, you will realize that I've earned through the dividends way more money than I've lost in my unrealized losses at this particular time. And in this particular stock, I have opted not to do dividend reinvestment. I have opted to say, you know what? All the money that I get, I'm going to keep. I'm going to put it, slide it aside, let it collect in a high yield savings account along with the other bread that I've already put in there, and just let it grow from there. And that's how I plan to use this particular stock to fund my entire vacation in the upcoming year. The amount of money that I put in, realized loss or gain, I'll pull that out when it's vacation time. I'm utilizing it to earn me at least an average of $200 a month or more, putting it in a high yield savings account and letting what I've earned off of the dividend gains go ahead and pay me a little bit more. It ain't gonna be much, right? $200 in a high yield savings account at 4.5% annual. That shows you about how much you would get average per month if you divide that by 12. Again, a little bit of math for y'all if y'all care to do it. And you'll know that I might not make nothing but a couple of dollars here and there on the amount of money that I'm putting in from the dividends earned. But take that money plus the money that I'm taking out of the stock, whenever it actually, whenever it's time for me to go on vacation. And that's how I plan to fund my vacation next year. You got a lot of people who are into crypto right now saying, yo, bro, you need to put your money in crypto. Crypto's gonna grow your shit a whole lot more. I'm not gonna sit there and say that I disagree, but there's one thing that I'm not trying to do right now, and that's lose a lot of money. You understand? I really don't want to lose at all. Keep in mind, the reason why I'm not reinvesting the dividends as we speak is because I'm taking that money, I'm saving it, put it in a high yield savings account. Granted, I'm not going to make crazy bank on a high yield savings account, but at the same time, the money that I'm earning, at least I know it's going to earn a little bit more. And I'm cool with that. And this is because this is my vacation bread, right? This is the money that I plan to use to have a little bit of fun whenever I go on vacation next year. And I'm trying to finesse it the best way I know how. And that's via the stock market. Yes, I don't recommend everybody go this route. I don't recommend everybody use this particular stock, FEPI, right? This is definitely not a stock that I would tell everybody to put their entire savings in or anything crazy like that, because that's very dangerous, right? But the thing is, this is only vacation bread for me, right? And again, I don't like giving my numbers because I don't want everybody to think good that balling like that, because it's nothing like that. I just work hard as fuck and I put the money away to keep me pushing. I do what I gotta do, right? Because I know that if I did lose the majority of this, I may make a move to say, hold up, man. If I lose a certain percentage of my value in that particular account based on, the money that I spent on the stock and how much I've lost at a time, if I lose a certain amount and that amount seems to go over what I have already made on dividends and profits, and you'll see that the money that I made in dividends is way more than I've lost in the stock value, you'll start to understand that even a dumb fool would not, risk keeping it in to that stock for a long period of time. You might want to shift your focus, take the little dividends you've earned, let that stay in a high yield, figure out another stock that'll help you out. And again, like I said, this money is not necessarily temporary, but it's going to sit for probably a year or less. That's why I don't want to lose money on it or continue to reinvest in it when I know that I can put that money to the side, let it save up, and use that initial to the side stack bread to help fund my vacation. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know I got to pay taxes on this shit, so not crazy, but at the same time, I'm going to try to ball out. I'm going to try to have a great vacation. It may not be on camera for you guys to see, but I'm definitely going to utilize this money to have a great vacation in the next year. And if you're interested in investing in this FEPI stock, I suggest you do your research on it. I call it FEPI, it's FEPI. But if you're interested in it, I suggest you do a little bit more research on it and see how it tickles your pick. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time, effort, and energy. If you're interested in the IPA merch, listed in the link in the description there below. All my good stuff is in the link in the description there below. Appreciate y'all locking in, man. It's been a good doc. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.